most people will just use text editor if they need to edit a file in a Git repo. It's a very simple file, but it has the merit of
You probably know this print for business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. We print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or... For business cards. Do you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. We print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or a few thousand, we print them for everyone so that you can go from patsey to your program. We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. We print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. But did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand.
They loved the puppy. They loved it. But when it peed on the floor, they're not educated. They don't know what they're going to take home. A puppy is just like taking a baby home, except he pees on your carpet instead of in the diaper. The dog that killed those lambs, he couldn't go to H&E and shop because the humans didn't feed him. Because there's no one loving him. It's the people that are the problem, that there are, that would not, we don't want them living up in Corpus. Corpus is not following the ordinances. It took us 10 years to get these ordinances in place. Now, new people in the shop, you know, just do things. No, this is anything about the shit. I'm so sorry to say that.
Assembly has no family voice. Thank you.
You can install
It's just sickening. The ignorance in the city, the ignorance between our city council members, our residents, the doctors, animal control, like anybody, low price of $25, sometimes free, walk in there and get an animal. They say, oh, we'll microchip the animal for you. Do you educate them on how to register the microchip? It's registered on your phone? No, I get dogs, I'm scanning it all the time. Use the same microchip scanner that they do in animal control that I bought. Just last week, I scanned a dog that was adopted from animal control on a freebie to a woman who lived in a halfway house in Country Club. She dumped the dog at Rancho Vista because she didn't want it anymore. She couldn't have it anymore. I called animal control. They were like, what are you going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? Don't keep from you guys. They found the dog, kept the dog. But I've taken it upon myself to contact the microchip company and find out more about microchip originally because the microchip company are registered. You know, so I'll have to do my background check. Thankfully, I come from oil and gas, so I know how to do that. I can find these people. That's how I put two and two together. How many animals? They picked them out in the county. It goes on to Corpus, Christi, to enforce the microchip, the spaying and neutering. I've been in animal control where these people are sitting there playing on their phones, looking at this, looking at that,
jail.
I harass all of your I call CCPD and I'm like, I sit there and I have waited and molesters don't show up. These people, they're selling puppies day in, day out. Why doesn't animal control have an officer on the weekend? That's their job to stop this. I mean, I had a plethora of notes here, but you know what? I'm not going to go by these notes because I'm sick and tired of what's going on here. Our public is not educated. For the free price of next to nothing, or $25, anybody can go in there and get a dog. I had a dog, a puppy that was left at PetSmart one day. The girl posted in December. She left the dog with the leash tucked underneath the trash can with the paperwork from animal control because her landlord wouldn't let her have the dog anymore. I mean, when is this going to stop? When are these things going to be enforced? When is in the beginning, there's 16 of us here in rescue. We are willing to give classes. We are willing to educate these people. We are willing to do background checks for animal control. We are willing to register these puppies.
Jerry, thank you. We are here.
Oh, and before I step down, see this dog right here? I'm the owner of an endangered dog. You know why? Because John McGuire decided to harass
Object of the total was permitted to you, possibly taken back to college physics class. Dr. John Shine, host of the next bell, invented it at Bell Labs in the 1950s. It's called the Shine Wave Detonator. Shine
is a code that everybody will have. Unfortunately, I think that pursuing that probably is up in the wrong direction. But as Mr. Zuni pointed out, when animals are picked up because the kennel operator will be dumped in the streets, leading to more situations of having dogs hunting down kids out in the streets.
Operating system inside the host of video this is a test Windows 7 and here I've installed I think it's voices.t
picked up, I think, in the last week. I'd like to jump to another topic, the microchip registry. That's one that I've been pursuing, and I'm gathering information in different registries. It's always on the several life registry service that is doing something by Authoritarian. Every ambulance registry using that registry is going. We have a workbook which we can look at that will highlight the solvency of some those organizations.
And understanding
again, part where he said once the no-kill bid is indeed pursued, and at that point we're going to see the population of strays increase dramatically. But it will increase for dogs also. I think a strong direction in trying to reach for cats.
Having a no-kill shelter at animal control sounds compassionate, and the heart behind it is right because every life, of course, matters. Without fixing what causes animals to end up there in the first place, this policy alone will not solve our problem. Here's the reality. Overpopulation is a root issue. We don't have a euthanasia problem, we have a breeding problem. Unaltered pets, backyard breeding, Accidental litters keep flooding the system.
Strict access.
If more animals are born than can be adopted, shelters will stay full no matter what label you use.
Those think this is some.
Removing euthanasia without expanding adoptions, fosters, and resources does not mean which means overcrowding, stress, disease, shifts that were on exotic rescuers. Accessible and actively enforced, making backward breeding and uncontrolled litters, expanding low-cost and free sterilization programs. No policy of animal control will succeed if we continue producing more animals than homes actually exist. Adapted for stray dogs, stabilizing numbers. This isn't about being harsh, it's being realistic and humane. Euthanasia is the last step in the system. Euthanasia will offer one foster networks and high confidence. If we care about we must prevent crises, not just react to it. Save lives, stopping backward breeding saves lives. We don't fix this from the top down, we fix it from the bottom up. No kill isn't the starting point, it's what happens after a community finally does the hard work. And I want to thank you, Mayor, for always answering my texts, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Always. Thank you, Veronica. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Segura, and I live at 78411 here in Corpus. Our rescue is Casa Segura House of Hope, and while a no-kill shelter is in a perfect world, it would just be awesome, but we are not there. We didn't have this situation happen overnight. I'm going to be 60 years old, and I was born and raised in Corpus. And this problem has been here since I was young. It is a cultural problem. My grandparents had dogs very crazy, and then I grew up with dogs. Abandoned abused dogs a long time ago on the street. It was now we have social media, so it's very prevalent. So every day, I get on my phone, there's a dog there, we gotta go save this dog. We travel, we rescue them, we deal with outside rescues out of our state to get them out of Corpus. But I'm not opposed to adopting here in Texas, because there are good people here. We are good people. You are good people. You care about the dogs. These people care about the dogs. There are people here who are willing to open their homes to dogs. What we need to do is we need to bridge the gap. We need to bridge the gap between rescue and our hearts and our that's not right.
Dr. John Shaw, this next film, intensity that fell out and actually
when they are
shy wave generated.
driving find them, sign an affidavit, so when these people go to court, and if animal control can't send an officer, sign. It's going to pay their fines, because once they start being held accountable, it's not stop.
Checked and they were loved and they have some work to do. So we just need to work together as a community.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay, we're going to close public comment. Councilman Cantu.
361-793.
System will now. I get this one. Get that done. I understand all these comments and stuff, or shelter, nueces, and 20 animals.
The critical one is that if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, and on this computer there is an NVIDIA graphics card, we need to launch the driver manager to install the right drivers for the NVIDIA graphics card.
Number 361-232-1579. Repeating. 361-232-1573. You would like to use the and aggressive
Log in.
236
And here we are.
But radio has to do so.
Renaming and preparation complete.
But also has come up just in the last several days as you've seen the holidays have been more widely state in the past the President has been his national security team for quite some time, and over the past several months,
The worst is yet to come.
Venezuela, the driver of this policy, the foreign policy was Venezuela, Rubio,
The holidays coming in Australia, which by variety is summer. The weather is perfect for long walks in the evening, and I love having music on, but it's also good to hear what I'm around me. I've been using Raycon for Central over earbuds, and I feel great. What makes this take from regular earbuds is that we sit just outside the earphone. It's nearly clear, we're still
Adam 0, level 1, 0, 7, 4, 7, 8, 2, 1, 0, 5. Sure that's an over.
Yes, a draft.
Hello.
Deny your firmware, block your OS, or revoke your access. They can just use that
Hello.
I guess so.
Album art workflow. Database searching completely. The entire audio workflow is finished.
Discussions with Dr. Scott of Chinese Smith.
I will push on the city, push on the but that's where what you Christi has no idea.
The computer about that many although here, as a matter of fact, my favourite organized layout, which is a standard Windows icon, layout for the three best. So, if you're going to make a change in layout, the settings because
and we have no authority tonight on Nick and his complicated relationship with his parents. Because it's not just all right, but one house and all
Quarantined 1 empty orders. MVC JSON generation complete with loaded series files. Workflow complete with fixed JSON.
Alternative 17, previous for small commercial fire like this Cimarron base, House of the Hazard, 3801 Cimarron, 381 Cimarron, easy at 1430, crossing the Lexingburg crossing, work on the flight dispatch 8, active D3.
I guess so.
Can find the eclipse right there. This antenna was looking 1,000 kilometers away from where the eclipse shadows. But the eclipse has an edge, and the edge has a huge reduction in the amount of electrons in the upper atmosphere. All of that is done over radio waves. And in fact, this is a really, really hard experiment to do. I use my 2 megawatt transmitters and I get about 2 femtowatts back.
I put that there is want to show you copying lots of files at the same time. So let's go back to our USB drive and back to that directory and again so we can remember what they go on, and we can copy the files using what are called wildcards. For example here, copy and start.stop, and then we'll just type it in and explain what it is.
Location was
And then we'll just type it in and explain it and put in back again. And what that's going to do, and you're migrating from Windows to Linux. So, here we are in Linux. My favourite mainstream Linux distribution. I really do like the menu. That's it for another video. If you enjoyed it, please press that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I hope to talk to you again very soon.
Down looks like. Work order is going to be 25709. 25709.
Charlie Good Night Radio Bus Call.
Earlier report, they charged dozens of people in the Somali community for allegedly stealing hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money, including from
1026.
Location 13-20.
Take dispatch radio code
The first of these is the base package system. Here are the skills to operating system inside the host down here, I'm very in the video. So now things are okay here, so let's go down to the menu, virtual box, I think sits in straight into
Starting JSON security scan.
Proton VPN. Hello. What a VPN does and what you should do. Ending
In China, you view India
Again, Republican President Trump understand how difficult this healthcare issue is. They know what it cost them in 2018. My understanding is that the White House wants to see a deal. I know they haven't been explicit about it, but I think they're quietly rooting for these members in the House that have taken matters into their own hands with these discharge petitions. So again, Republicans, President Trump understands President Trump understands how difficult they know what it cost them. They know what it cost them. My understanding is that the White House wants to see it. But I think they're taking matters into their own hands to hope that this is somehow a meaningful way so that it's not a major a major
$29 plus taxes, or £48 including taxes here in the UK. And we will take a look at iOS 17 Pro later in the video. However, for anybody with the ability to scroll, we can go down and find two other versions of OS.
Mr. President, you have 28,600 arrests in just 7 months alone because of your leadership and the dedication to each one of these are about 10 years from there. They're all on wooden posts. They're dual folders.
And deregulated markets. Putting the well period would improve everyone's standard of living.
Okay. Montana Garden District 1. The founder and current CEO of the restore Corpus Christi. What is been passed out before you is
Thank you very much, sir.
Is in aerial. There we go. At the top you'll see the font has been substituted because it's not available. And similarly, this is Adana and this is Comic Sans, and these aren't installed by default in Linux. But we can fix that because if it goes on down, I can go to a that as well. For now, we'll go to a terminal. I'm going to type sudo apt install, and that's TT is in aerial. The font has been substituted because it's and this is Comic Sans, and these are installed just but we can now we'll go to a terminal and I'm going to type sudo install TT card, and all this computer is graphics card. We need to launch the password, but also the before the video graphics card.
The DA confirming he used a knife to allegedly kill his parents. Nick Weiner was expected to appear in court today, but his lawyer says he has not yet been medically cleared by the jail. And we have new reporting tonight on Nick and his complicated relationship with his parents. Thank goodness he's testifying at the court
Speed is the name of the game.
The moving through the CRM. Did you just off?
System is secure.
Some people use to set things up automatically in a way to install reassign a system because all the software is.
And that's a very useful thing to be able to do. It enables you to do things like improve logistics, to improve some medical diagnosis by bringing systems along from lots of medical scans and then being able to look at scans and work out what people are wrong with them. It enables you to do things like natural language processing, building chatbots, and it enables you to build autonomous robots and autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars. If you're going to have a car driving itself or a robot working on...
When it came to war or having to pay massive tariffs, the tariffs overrode. That's why it's so important. Not only the money, we're taking trillions of dollars, not only the money, but the power to keep peace, the power to be used for good is enormous. But people, it's also making us very rich. We have a big case coming up in the Supreme Court, and I will tell you, that's one of the most important.
Location
Each post has Java and automatically to call a These contacts are already pressed in, but I did solve the wires.
X-ray boy T70605.
Are you in lobby right now?
Good work.
And this is all here.
This is basically a very small board. So this and the core here, not really hot GPU. So it's actually hopefully going to be very, very quiet. I have my expectations set for around, you might think this is me shooting a little optimistic, 50% of the performance that we saw on the 4090s.
Location 14-20.
It's actually okay. I have my version set for around, I think this is me shooting a little optimistic, 50% of the performance that we saw on the 4090s.
You can install Office suites like LibreOffice, WPS Office, or only Office for productivity. You can use browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Brave, or Vivaldi. You can configure the desktop to suit your workflow. This level of flexibility is unmatched by most operating systems.
As we look at Kubuntu in the context of modern computing, it becomes clear why it continues to gain popularity. People want an OmniOffice for productivity. You can use browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Brave, or Vault. You can configure the desktop to suit your workflow perfectly. As we look at Kubuntu in the context of modern computing, it becomes clear why it continues to gain popularity. People want an operating
utilities. Finally, it is worth noting that all of the extra applications included in Chrome can be installed for free in the Chrome. However, I know that some people do like everything.
I am in the UK that survived London on hardware. It's also now
Reset all audio.
The individual who were getting off the unit to speed at her.
Hello? I guess so. Everyone is trying to get over. Okay. So everyone coming back to the I can tell you if your car is stuck in the transport while coming in.
Having to do with all of the things we're talking about today with violent crime. But if anything, I think this Justice Department has been so respectful of the law. Because the other Justice Department, with Rita, Lisa, all of that stuff, they differ the political opponent of a guy that has a seriously low IQ. Now,
you're a very trusting audience. You haven't heard me say anything yet.
With Rita or Lisa and all of that stuff, what they did to the political opponent of a guy that has a seriously low IQ. Now, in his case, it was low based on his career, but it got real low. It was descending. They did.
So this is the key question. Persecute has often been vulnerable to being elements.
But what he did to go after his political opponent is legendary. Worse than any third world country, banana republic. And what we're doing, there's nothing. Are you kidding? Nothing. They write stories. Why aren't they doing it?
Millions of foreign tourists
dry, easy, 14 work off of.
You find a number of packages available. Also, these is a base package for us to install this. This gives us the basis of a virtual box. Of course, I need to enter my password. And I a show.
Texas, Tom, Robert, Boy, 2662. Boy, 2662.
Sure, wrong time. So you can copy, you want to be on link tomorrow and do 2 weekly.
44-1B, go ahead, sir. Yeah, they are aware, so they're gonna let us do this now, so when you get back, just take it slow. Yeah.
A few options here and there. Honestly, for my needs, it's way more than enough. It's a good tool. It does the basic stuff a terminal does, and if you have a preferred app, you can install it through FlatHub. You also have a very basic text editor. It doesn't do much. It has some Git management tools if you need that, but I think most people will just use another text editor if they need to edit files in a Git repo. It's a very simple one, but it has the merit of existing and letting you.
I hope you have a great time learning about and experimenting I will switch to full screen, and Windows is not full screen. Currently set to be right control. So I'm going to step to not see that message again, and I will switch to full screen. And oh look, Windows is not full screen. And the reason for this is we don't currently have VirtualBox Guest Editions installed. Here the system will now reboot. So we're going to go once again, bottom of the screen here, we have a menu installed on the computer selected devices, where there's an option to insert guest editions on that image. So desktop with Central That, Wizard, and Outfit, some of which I'll return to later. The critical one is that if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, and on this computer there is an NVIDIA graphics card, you need to launch your Driving Manager to install the drivers for the NVIDIA graphics card.
For such behavior, Warren is head coach for 2 seasons and led this year to a 9-3 record. The team ranked 18th in the country. If Poggi will be the interim coach for Michigan's bowl game on December 4th.
Use it for work, study, entertainment,
creativity,
or gaming. You can install Office suites like LibreOffice, WPS Office, or only Office for productivity. You can use browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Brave, or Vivaldi. You can configure your desktop to more than this level of flexibility is unique. As you look at Ubuntu in the context of modern computing, it becomes clear why it continues to gain popularity. People want an operating system on port and
Okay, anyway, a beautiful design. That's Android. It's where you see jumpers. Whether it's a phone that will get ready now, or IT get back, Gemini, Android. Take a look at towards the future. You will get to up-to-date commands on what do you think the wings were. What is on here? He's giving this is the target that stops
later. Spinning round and round and not able to give out cards. Lots of bills and so on.
932 was a that's why I got confused.
on network.
Providence community. With the search for the suspects still ongoing, Rockland Part 2 closed early tonight. The zoo releasing this statement. Given the current situation unfolding on the east side at Grand University, about 18,000 Part 2 for the remainder of the evening. This is private. All the well-being and safety of staff, the guests, and our animals. Our thoughts are with those who have been impacted
I got a copy of Windows 7. This is a test copy of Windows 7, and here I've installed, I think it's Office XP. Early
Thank you.
Sitting around and around and not able to give out cards once the bills are
Alright, I just cut the 932 was the stuck dollar bill off, that's the one that that's why I got confused.
Okay, and then 915, I got that one going. I had an entry block.
He's done. User has been completed. The one female network.
Wi-Fi connection, or some of them have Ethernet if you need.
There at the search, you don't know what FC may or may not have done with the photographs you have prior to the search. Maybe someone hasn't. So I'm going to ask you, have you...
22 on the highway.
But the FBI... Michael has... You know what's sitting there!
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for everyone on there.
That's why I got confused.
Okay, and then 915,
Bad.
my out.
Alright, just a second.
At the time, I didn't know how much they sucked. I do now.
They suck the heat.
Yeah, and
They can use it.
at the time, I didn't know how much they sucked.
They suck the heat.
Yeah,
and use that word.
I said to them,
It's just picking the appearance of intimidate city council members, the adoption.
Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
The best thing we can do in my friend Charlie Kirk's life is to make sure that everyone involved is prosecuted as close to the law. That's what we're focused on, investigating the facts, not trading conspiracy theories.
okay.
Thanks so much. Going forward, and I plan
Again, it's not really much to see, but what I'll do right now is make it a bit more interesting. These certain links when they exist. It's okay. It also handles
updates for the system and for your application. Act on
We underscore 2851210 285
What I'll do is recall previous terms of commands. It's here and everything you need to get your brand. And you see right here that we have spans and signs that help your business. And when they started the service,
JSON has been completed.
Video editor in S, which proves the principle of installing What about...
You probably know Vistaprint or business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. Whether you
I'm coming with you. No, detective, I need you to be my eyes and ears here. Stop at the local, give me their exact location.
Which I'll return to later in the video, but the critical one is that if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, this feature there is...
That's not total federal budget. That's not much. That is a lot of money. But actually, viewers that supported our solution, others related to you, that those initial savings supported by you really were not backed up. Actually, I can't believe that number yet. You know, we also report, I just got the number from DOJ that they say 300,000 federal workers are no longer with the federal government, but listen, most of that is from people who left through attrition or
Ma'am, this is complete on
Trim complete. Process 136
A recent journal, recent drivers, you should be able to run that on any computer without any problem. So to conclude on Cosmic and Pop OS, I love what they've done. It is a fantastic first draft of the desktop.
I don't have a product key, so we'll just take that down there.
Recent driver,
You should be able to run that on Windows 11. So, I also want to make sure that offline we do this, so it's set up on your account. So to do that, I'm going to go down here to launch box, and
it is select the application of their own settings
from that, we get to the because the virtual machine doesn't meet the requirements of the
Although that one is most decades, it remains one of the early-based models to have been created on this planet.
Thanks to this, the on-city FaceTime, as it's known, travel times between the two cities are going to be cut from
3 $6 is also at the end of
Hey, when I had my private fund business, we were not allowed to own individual stocks. You could make a lot of money betting on the United States through indices. We had trading rules. So this is why, exactly as the Congressman said, this is why the American Federal Congress and such low esteem. I believe that it's an innovative game. I believe that it would help institutions with a refocus.
Girls 4 Corpus. Three Girls 4 Corpus. Can you show me route to the Level County Jail? 40 miles 34743. Can you show 3 Charles 1206 with the vehicle?
On next, and we will take the defaults, and then we now get this message to say we'll get temporarily disconnected. I think we can cover that.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
And we have our second anticipated problem. We're missing some Python dependencies. So we will cancel the installation again. We want to proceed, no. We want to cancel, yes we do, and finish. And once again, we will go
is not working. You've got to present a big vision, and at least the cost of what the house is not Carlos, let me get your take. You're talking to a White House official. Don't rule out the possibility that there could be an 11-hour deal. Is that person being realistic? Do you think that if it actually be an 11-hour deal?
You don't understand why it would happen. It wasn't the press from Big Dos, and so he's going to go and present to the council a little bit today too, just so you get to see him.
Of the desktop is still a first draft. The applications are bare bones, settings are very bare bones, and you can clearly see that some stuff is not animated as it should be, some stuff isn't as smooth as it should be. There are some performance problems when opening and closing apps. I'm not sure if it's...
And I'm...
This is just DJ.
I love what they do. It is a fantastic first draft of the desktop. It is still a first draft. The applications are bare bones, the settings are very bare bones. You can really see
Go ahead,
animated as it should be. There are some...
Silence trimming complete. Silence trimming complete.
There we are. All of which have different desktops. And here, the most popular is the Cinema Edition, which is the one we'll mainly focus on in this video. So, let's click on Download, and we go down this page, we find a load and load of mirror sites that actually provide access to the ISO file. I'm in the UK, I'm going all the way down to UK, there we are, and I'm going to download from the University of Kent Mirror Service. Now I'll click Save the ISO file, which is 2.7, all of which have different. If we go down to preferences here, and the selection is very obvious has been leaving one we'll mainly focus on, especially if we compare to the Mint 21. Let's click on Download, and we go down this page, and the roads that you, certainly is for me, there is a fix.